Hey, 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 it's Get Famous Friday. It's the 2nd of October, 2015. I'm Alana Dagwell and I share the PR highs and lows of the week here every Friday at 10 a.m. Let me just flip this. Hello. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Newcastle, Australia, and we have a long weekend coming up. And it's going to be 30 degrees plus all weekend apparently. So we might get down to the beach, which is awesome. And I'm going for drinks, sunset drinks tonight by the water, farewelling a friend, which should be awesome. So let's get into what I'm here for, Get Famous Friday. And I read an interesting, it's just a bug crawling over me. I read an interesting article this week titled Pope Francis is not a progressive, he just has terrific PR. It was published by Quartz and it caught my eye because it's about PR, but I've kind of been thinking the same thing. I saw the Pope's tour of the US and I thought, gee, the public's receiving him really well and he seems quite cool and modern. But then I thought, he might seem progressive, but he's not going to allow gay marriage in the church tomorrow, is he? And that's what the article talks about a little bit. And it goes on to say that Pope Francis has done for the Catholic Church what Steve Jobs did for Apple, which I think is a great analogy. And the article goes on to say, this adulation has very little to do with Pope Francis's beliefs or actions and an awful lot to do with an impressive PR campaign led by former Fox News correspondent Greg Burke, who is the Vatican's senior media advisor. So just a great article there on how perception really is everything. This guy might come across as really approachable and friendly and a new face for the church, but the same church type of edicts will apply. It's a fascinating article, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I've pasted the link below. Okay, now I always love a well-crafted PR stunt, but when people's lives are in danger as a result of the stunt, it's not so cool. And that's what American video game publisher did. They spread made-up news of an explosion in Singapore on Twitter that sparked furor. The tweets went on to report that martial law had been declared in Singapore and a quarantine zone set up. Only problem was a series of tweets were just playing out scenes in their upcoming video game. So people don't mind being tricked if they can see the humour, but I think a PR stunt, this PR stunt in particular, was just plain mean, and I'll post a link to that as well in YouTube. And speaking of publicity stunts, I mentioned last week that I thought the robot that lined up for the launch of the latest iPhone in Sydney was a publicity stunt, and I was right. It turned out that the woman who set up the robot to line up for her was actually Lucy Kelly, who works for Atomic 212 that organised the stunt for Apple. It may have been a stunt, but it got great media coverage and no one was hurt, so I say well done to Apple on that one. And I can totally see why they set up a stunt like this, because as I said last week, the images of people lining up down the road and around the corner for their iPhone has gained the media coverage time and time again, but I really do think that they needed something new. So that's all from me this week for the PR highs and lows. If you want to get famous, visit alanadagwell.com and grab my free Get Famous checklist. If you like this video and you're watching on YouTube, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys, see you next week. Bye.